The fourth generation Clio Super Mini returned Renault to volume credibility in the small car sector, offering more of the kind of effervescent personality that once made this model line one of Europe's favourites. Tougher segment competition, though, has led to the need for further improvements, principally a significant package of updates which deliver a smarter look and feel and keep this Clio feeling current.
Thanks to the weight savings made with the original version of this fourth generation model and the installation of a quicker steering rack, this Clio remains one of the more enjoyable Super Minis to drive. It's true, Fiesta might just edge it for agility through tighter bends at speed, but the Ford can't match the supple suspension feel that this Renault offers over poor surfaces. Engine-wise, there are 6 main choices now on offer. Propping up the range, the old tech 1.2 litre 75 bhp petrol unit continues on, but if budget permits and you're looking for petrol power, then we would certainly encourage you to look further up the range at something a little better. Principally one of the TCE units. There are 2 main ones, a 0.9 litre turbo 3-cylinder TCE 90 variant and a 1.2 litre turbo 4-cylinder TCE 120 engine option. That's now available with manual gearbox, and it's therefore a unit likely to get a wider take-up this time around. Alternatively, you could consider one of the 1.5 litre DCI diesels. There are now 2, with most people likely to choose a 90 bhp variant that's capable of quite energetic performance, yet which will still return up to 88.3 miles per gallon on the combined cycle and up to 82 grams per kilometre of CO2. Here, though, we're trying the pokier 110 bhp version of this power plant, and that's been added into the revised model lineup. At the top of the range, the 1.6 litre petrol turbo Renault Sport hot hatch variants continue on. Models that, as before, have to be specified with EDC paddle shift auto transmission. Renault likes to see this fourth generation Clio as a standard bearer for the recent renaissance in its approach to vehicle design. There is some truth to that, because since it was introduced following inspiration from the company's futuristic Desir concept car, the brand has moved away from the kind of dull, forgettable design that was exemplified by this Super Mini's pre-2012 Mark III model predecessor. The longer, wider, lower look just worked, but it needed a bit of refreshment. Hence the revised front end of this facelifted version, which features a grille that's been redesigned to make its prominent Renault badge even more prominent. From here, colour customisable trim strips flow out into these restyled headlamps that on plusher models like this one incorporate smart C-shaped LED daytime running light strips, while the main beams feature pure vision full LED technology. And at the wheel, if you happen to be familiar with the original version of this fourth generation model, then you might well notice the improvement in cabin quality that's been brought about by a package of little changes, like smarter seat fabric, redesigned gear lever, and the matte finish that's been applied to the interior chrome detailing. Equally eye-catching is the consumer electronics fest that dominates the gloss black trim centre console on all but the base models in the form of a tablet-like 7-inch colour infotainment touchscreen display. Now, this comes in 2 forms: the media nav package you get on mid-range variants and the more sophisticated optional R-Link setup that we're trying here. Let's take a seat in the rear. Now, the bench back here can take 3, but as with all Super Minis, the trio in question need to be of school age if distances are to be covered in any kind of real comfort. Out back, there's a 300-litre boot that's about 15 to 20 litres bigger than the trunk space delivered by most obvious rivals. As Renault boss Carlos Ghosn pointed out at this fourth generation model's original launch, there's nothing wrong with any car company that good cars won't fix. Well, this Clio remains a good car, with a more appealing look and feel than most of its Super Mini contemporaries. As for the changes made to this revised model, well, of course, they're welcome. Although they don't make an enormous difference to the overall package, they do add an extra feeling of quality to it. And that's something that'll be important in keeping this Renault competitive against a pack of new generation rivals. No small car is perfect, of course, and this one isn't. You might feel a Volkswagen Polo's more solid or a Ford Fiesta's a little sharper to drive. And you might be right, but as a very accomplished all-rounder, this Clio continues to merit a significant place on any serious Super Mini buyer's shortlist.